host of factors, but I think the way you wrap that up makes the most sense. The other big thing that I want to talk about with people when we're sticking with vitamins is vitamin B. All of the vitamin Bs. So what's interesting about them is different ones do different things, but basically vitamin B helps you with REM sleep and helps you with dreaming and helps keeping that whole thing working. So I'm always talking to people about the Bs. Now, to be clear, there are some people, if they take vitamin B as a supplement, it can actually get a little like niacin, like you can get too much of it in your system and you can overdose. So be careful with the vitamin Bs, okay? That is not something to fool around with. Don't just down a bunch of folate and see what happens, because it's not going to go well. I can assure you of that. So what I tell people all the time is using the vitamin Bs, you're looking at B6, B12, and B3. And so inappropriate dosages at the right time. I take my B in the morning because it has a tendency to give me energy. Maybe that's why I have so much energy in the morning. But I definitely think it's probably a worthwhile endeavor to start to, again, look at your deficiencies. If you've got deficiencies, fix those deficiencies first before you start layering in things like magnolia bark or valerian or hops or all of those things. And you know, what we can do is next time we can focus on those if you'd like, and sort of the external supplementation and different ways to look at, I mean, if you want.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. So just one more thing about B I just want to mention too, is the B complex is also, you know, particularly important for women. And also is also just helpful with managing stress. So it's energy, but it's also helpful with managing stress, which is also, you know, obviously important when it comes to sleep, because we know the higher our stress, the more difficult it is for us to sleep. So just another reason that I think about the Bs being super important there. But yeah, we can touch on, sorry, you're going to say something.
Well, you just reminded me of the final thing that we wanted to talk about, which is iron.
Yep. Okay, perfect.
Which is massive for women, right? Yep. So number one, iron. Okay, so iron can contribute to restless leg syndrome. Iron is important for such a tremendous host of functions in the human. I can't even list all the things that iron is important for. But for women in particular, women have a tendency to lose a lot of iron, especially from their menstrual cycles. Also, women have a tendency to be anemic because many women may or may not. They need to know and understand iron supplementation can be incredibly important. So number one, if you're iron deficient and you're anemic, get that fixed. There's a whole host of reasons why you would want to do that, but sleep is a good one. So many of my patients we've actually been able to treat with an iron supplement. Many cases for people who have that restless, leggy kind of feeling, we just use iron sulfate, which is FeSO4, 325 milligrams. You can get it at Walgreens. That can be very, very helpful for people. But I'm a big fan of that in particular. I think it makes a lot. And you know, again, FeSO4, iron sulfate is something that you can use easily. Do yourself a favor though, try one a day for a week. It can get kind of constipating for some people, so don't overboard it on iron either.
Right. And I'll also say that is another one, though, that you don't want to just go out and start taking.
Yes, of course. Don't just willy-nilly throw iron in your system.
Yeah. But it's also interesting, too, because people think of iron as, you know, with energy, right? They think you need your iron for energy. They don't think of needing your iron for sleep. Right. So I'm glad that you brought this one up. But again, just definitely make sure you check your levels before you go and just start taking the supplement and discuss that with your doctor.
100%. This has been fun. I'm so excited. We covered a lot of ground today.
Next time, we're going to have to go through valerian root and magnolia bark. 100%. So we've got, and chamomile and lavender.
5-HTP is a big one that we'll talk about. And L-theanine is another one of my favorites that we can talk about as well.
Lots more to talk about, but in the meantime, everyone, go follow Dr. Michael Breus at The Sleep Doctor. Check out thesleepdoctor.com. And then also, we'll put this in the story, and then I'm going to swipe up to an article on a lot of what we covered today on my site, nutritiouslife.com. And then that will also link to a lot of incredible articles at thesleepdoctor.com. And yeah, so you can continue learning this. But then we're also going to be back in a few weeks talking more about this. So thank you so much.
Of course. Are you kidding?
Always so fun talking with you.
KG, you're the only other KG besides Kevin Garnett. And you're a lot shorter than him. So I'm just excited to be here. It's so much fun working with you. I love that our friendship is now spilling over into our educational forum for everybody. So our passions are now out there for everybody to see. So thank you. Exactly. Thank you for the opportunity, Carrie. I'm so excited that we connected, and let everybody know, like, we're going to be doing this every couple of weeks. So look on Nutritious Life to see when I'm coming back next. And also, if you want to submit some questions, we'd be happy to do like a Q&A at the end next time. So please send an email to Carrie, and she'll get the questions and we'll do it all.
Yeah, perfect. DM me or DM you, and and we'll gather them, and we can do a whole live just on questions.
100%.
We can also do that. All right, so we'll be back. Thank you so much. Bye.
Of course. Mwah. Later.